What's up, live? How y'all doing? Listen, come on in. As you come in, make sure you drop your comment. First, let me get this out the way by saying, if you watch this on the replay, please put your comments because I do read your comments. If you find this content to be helpful for you or helpful for someone that you know, please hit that share button. All right. Also, if you have not signed up for my free training, go to workwithwinfrey.com and get that. It's free. It's training. But I really want okay, yeah, that's it. So real quick, I want to talk to you. Oh, and tomorrow, Tuesday, make sure you tune into the Scoop. Q and I, of course, have some great hot topics for you. And I need y'all to go ahead and sign up for our Patreon too. Patreon.com/Real Scoop Show. I think that's it. All right. So real quick, I have been having a couple of conversations with some people we're talking about multiple streams of income. And and of course, I am definitely a proponent of having multiple streams of income because, first of all, I just like getting deposits into my account on a regular basis. Two, because we never know what's going to happen. And three, there is always the possibility, like we're in right now, where prices are going to go up. And so we have to figure out some way to adjust. And if you have multiple streams of income, then that is a way that you can combat that. So if you have a situation like we have now where the price of gas is skyrocketed, having multiple streams of income should put you in a position where you have more disposable income. So though you are affected, you are not as affected as someone who is solely dependent on one stream of income. The other reason is because, and the most important reason is we should never live our lives dependent on anything really, in my opinion, but God. And we shouldn't make decisions based upon anything but what is aligned with our purpose. And I tell this story often, so I'm going to tell it again, and then I'm going to get to the meat of what I'm trying to say. But I find that most times we don't make decisions based upon purpose. We make decisions based upon pay. And what I mean is we make decisions, a lot of us make decisions because of debt, because of financial obligations. We're making decisions based upon who can pay the most. I don't know about you, but that sounds kind of, pimpish, slaverish to me, when we should in fact be making our decisions based upon what aligns with our purpose, even if it means we don't make as much pay, knowing that if we operate in purpose, then the pay will happen because in our purpose, we find our highest self, we find our best creativity, we find greater inspiration because we're operating in the space that we were created to. So we are operating in what is our Eden. So when you hear the Bible talk about the Garden of Eden, the Garden of Eden is representative of this place of dominion that we are supposed to live in and dwell in and operate from. And so when we're operating in that space, creativity again is present, purpose is found, destiny is reached, and ultimately it is a place of rest for us. So what does that have to do with multiple streams of income? Great question. So what it has to do with multiple streams of income is this. In the Garden of Eden, there is a river that runs through. When God created Eden, he created it where there was one source river that watered it, but there were four streams or four rivers that came out of it. And so those in the Bible, there are the Gishon, the Havilah, the Gihon, and Tigris. Yep, the Tigris. Yes. So those are the four that flowed that flowed out of the main source. And so this is what I want to get to. So when we're talking about a multiple stream of income, some people I've seen have done it incorrectly, where they have tried to get 4 jobs, or they're trying to do 4 different businesses and things like that. But really, we can achieve multiple streams of income really from one source, and everything flowing out of that one source. Because in each of those sources, you're getting something different. So what is an example of that? An example of that is when you find your purpose, when you find the thing that you are called to do inside of your purpose, because purpose is not a thing. Purpose is who you are and what you bring to it, or what you do to it, how you improve it, how you make it better. But when you find that, then everything you do, those other streams flow from that. So for me, you see me, my purpose is to teach people how to live free, So what, from that one purpose of how to live free, you see, that's the river, and that's the one stream, and then the 4 rivers that flow from it. You see me doing money and relationship coaching. You see me writing books. You see me teaching and preaching. You see me on The Scoop. So you see those streams all flow from one source, one purpose, which is to do financial freedom. So it's the same thing for you. So you don't have to try to overcomplicate this. It's how do you do what you are purposed to do in a way that also creates that can break off into different streams. And here's the other trick. Here's the next level trick to that. Not really trick, but here's the next thing to think through is, how do I do this without always having to trade money for time? How do I do this and not always have to be present? So this is why in this time you see a lot of online content. You see a lot of digital courses. You see people writing books, because those are ways that you can create something one time and make income from it multiple times. So you're not constantly trading time for money, but what you're doing is you're doing the thing that you are purposed to do. You're doing that. Remember, that's that one stream, and you're creating multiple rivers from that stream. So that way, if one stream gets cut off, or one stream is blocked, or one stream is slow, then you still have the income from the other streams coming in. Isn't that ingenious? And all of that is in Genesis 2, where he says God created a stream to water Eden, and from that stream, 4 streams come from it. So that is what Genesis 2 is saying, and that is the lesson when it comes into the context of financial literacy, when it comes into the context of building wealth, that we can take from that. Mike, great question. You said, is online marketing a safe platform? It depends on what you mean by online marketing. Some are not. So yeah, I mean, online marketing is a safe platform for some, and it's for other. But I'd have to get more in detail into which platform you're referring to, and again, what you're selling to, because there's different ways to market online. So I mean, even if we're just looking at Facebook, you've got you can run ads. So that's that's safe, but there can also be fraud there. You've got Facebook Marketplace, where you can do. You've got groups that you can run businesses from groups. So I mean, there's definitely different ways just on Facebook alone that you can that's safe. That you can do online marketing from. So yes, to answer your question. So yeah, I hope that helped. I just wanted to drop in real quick and give you that, because again, this is a conversation, a couple of conversations I've had this week that are concerning that. And so when I get the same conversation a couple of times, then usually I'm like, all right, let's talk about this. So the peoples and us can be and I could be on the same page. All right. So once again, find your purpose, find that source, and let the multiple streams come from that source. When you do that, again, you will see. Like I laugh. And I'd be like, oh, I'll have a deposit today. Amen. Thank God. And so even for me, I'm still building those. So as you see, so if you guys, like I know Mike, you watch the scoop, like as you see certain things that are building, that's what it is. It's building those streams. It's building those things so that again, that as things happen, you're not working. You're not trying to again work as you still work hard, but you're not trying to have to. You don't have to physically be there to do something. You build the machine, so to speak. You put the river in place, and you let the river flow. So if you remember a couple of weeks ago, I talked about standing or getting in the flow of your money. So it's finding that purpose, getting into it, and then allowing what's in you, what God has put in you, to come out of you. Because what God puts in us is supposed to be a solution, to be a help, to be an improvement to a specific system, a specific place, a dominion over a specific region, and you have. All right, it says pause. I'm not sure what he said, but I was done anyway. I said I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. And if you have questions again or comments or thoughts, put them in the comments. We'll be back so we could do this again at another time. Again, watch the scoop tomorrow, 8 o'clock with me and Q. Got a great show lined up. If you haven't signed up for my free training on how to create the lifestyle you want, go to www.workwithwinfred.com and sign up for our Patreon, the Scoops Patreon at Patreon, is patreon.com/Real Scoop Show, and join, be one of our patrons. All right, holla at y'all later. Peace.